Hello, everybody. My name is Rebecca, and I'll be your instructor for your MedSurg2 class. I'm going to give you a little overview of the class so you can get started on the break before we come back for the winter term. All right, I'm going to share my screen, so hopefully you'll be able to see classes. Your winter MedSurg2 class will look like this with these cute little nursing students lined up. Once you click on your class, it'll bring you to your home page. From here, you can see that we've got MedSurg2. It tells you a little bit about the class. It is 5 credits, which is larger than the other classes that you've taken so far. So there's going to be probably more work involved in it. We are going to meet Tuesdays from 11 to 1500, aka 3 p.m. And then this link right here will take you to my Zoom room. So if you're not able to meet with me during my office hours, or if you need to join maybe a digital class that we're offering, you would just click here and we'll just meet on my Zoom room. Also down here, you can go to the weekly navigation. So if you want to see what are we doing on week 1, you could just click here, and then that would take you right to week 1, which happens to be renal. One thing while we're here, I wanted to show you, I always put overviews on all of my modules. So week 1 overview will tell you what we're talking about. It's all about the urinary and renal system. It's going to tell you when we have class, what chapters you need to read, as well as what assignments you have due that week. Just so you know as well, part of this class continues with the kind of flipped classroom theory of education, where we expect you in the nursing program to read your homework, like read the chapters, do your homework, do the assignments to be prepared for class and for the lecture and for activities. Part of that is so you can engage with the lecture, with the activities that we do. And if you don't do your homework before class, well, first you won't get credit for it because it's going to be due before class, but you're also not going to be prepared and you're not going to learn as well. We have a couple of things here. There's a peer-to-peer open forum and instructor help discussion board, which are just some discussion boards where you can go find some help if you need. So here, instructor help, you can go ahead and type a question on here if you're not wanting to message me directly, but most students message me directly. Do whatever you want. Okay, going back, I do want to note that with each week, I always have a resource page. Now, week 1 is a little bit interesting because hopefully you saw that we are going to meet on Friday, December, oh gosh, am I going to say this right? 3rd. Yeah, Friday, December 3rd for class. And then we're also going to meet again the next Tuesday. Now, Tuesday is going to be our normal class schedule. But because of the winter term, with there being a lot of holidays, we decided to go ahead and get a little bit of a head start. So renal is going to be the first 2 weeks, so our kidneys, and we're going to come and have essentially class on Friday and have another class on the next Tuesday. So I've kind of split up the homework that you would normally have between those weeks. So you can see week 1, you've got a couple of classes or assignments here. And then week 2, if we expand this, you can see there's some other assignments here as well. I always have the resource page. So make sure you check that out because there's a lot of very helpful things in the resource page. Here you can see there's a recording from last time I taught the class. So if you want to get a head start and watch a lecture from last time, be my guest. There is no pressure to do that. But I also will publish here in the resource pages the current recording as well. So meaning after I teach, or while I teach class, I record the lectures and then I'll post them here in case you want to look at them afterwards. If there's something you're just not understanding, you just want to hear it again. I also have some videos that are very helpful. I find osmosis videos very helpful for students. So here are some videos you could also watch to help you understand some of these renal concepts. There's also PowerPoints, Mentees, I'll explain those in class. And then there's some answer sheets from the homework that I usually will publish after class. Then we also have some visual aids. Sometimes it's really helpful to have a visual piece to kind of connect what you were learning. So here, this little person on the toilet is talking about glomerulonephritis, and we'll learn more about that in class, but this gives you a little more visual help. And so there's a lot of visual aids that I also put in these weekly resource pages. Okay, so going back to the home page, just want to talk to you about a few other things. So you know how to get week to week navigation. If you don't remember which week you're looking for, you can always go to this module page or the link to the modules on the side. You can read in this welcome page, welcome little blurb. We are covering, like you saw, renal, but we're also going to be looking at cardiac or the heart, pulmonary or the lungs, and then the endocrine system, which contains a lot of really interesting organs. Major assignments, we are going to have 3 module tests and 1 final test. So here you can see the dates. Now you might say, wow, test 1 is really early, January 14th. Don't be worried. It's only going to be on renal. And the reason why I did this is because I looked at the other courses that you're going to be taking this term, maternal peds and pharmacology specifically, and decided that I didn't want to make you take so many tests on one day or in 1 week. And so I've decided to kind of spread my tests out a little further over the term so that you are not stressing so much about taking tests on the same day. Moving on, group project, it's about hypertension. It's going to be in class. There's nothing you need to do to prepare for it other than your normal homework that you would do. And we'll talk about it more once we get closer to that group project time. There's also an individual project that I believe falls on week 8 later in the term. And that's one that's not a whole lot of work, but it's a little more of a more in-depth, a little more rigorous homework assignment for you. And then we have MedSurg test number 3 on week 9. And then on week 11, the last week of the term, we'll have our final test, and it will be cumulative, meaning it will cover all the things that we've covered in the class. I think that kind of gives us a good overview so far. The modules are pretty much open. The homework is pretty much set. I might tweak things here and there, but I really do suggest you go ahead and start looking at renal, start reading those chapters, go through and start on that homework now even, or start looking at it. You will note that you do have homework that is due that Friday that we're going to have class. And then you also have different homework that's going to be on that following Tuesday. So I really do suggest you get started at least reading. Some of the assignments are joining the FA Davis class. So you're familiar with FA Davis, but you got to join the class for MedSurg2 online. So they're not all super rigorous. There is a syllabus acknowledgement quiz. You can go ahead and take that now. I will be reviewing the syllabus on the first day of class. And sorry, my alarm is going off. I guess that means it's time to be done with the video. Looking forward to having you guys all in class this winter, and message me if you have any questions. And I'd love to know, what are your holiday plans? What are you doing? Hit me up, drop a comment below in the under the announcement. I'm going to be going back to the Midwest, and my family is hoping for snow. So I'd love to know, what are you guys doing for your holidays? All right, see ya.